What's up guys, Philip here, and I am not in the garage right now, but I am filming this video kind of as just a filling out of a question I got on my first pec tear video. It was from Hugh, and he asked me if I could expand a little bit on what I think happened as far as the pec tear and what led to it. And so I figured I would make this video, kind of give you guys an update. Pec is coming along great, as it has been, making consistent progress. I had my 4.5 month checkup recently and have been cleared to kind of do light barbell movements and dumbbell movements with the pec, as well as, you know, other stuff that I've already been doing. You guys have been seeing me do. And so scar is looking good right now. It's looking pretty clean. Got a little sunburnt today. So looking clean, healing up very well. And it is going really well. But so Hugh asked me to kind of talk about what happened exactly, and I haven't really told you guys exactly what led to it. So basically, I was doing a bench program, Smolov Junior, which some of you've probably heard of it for benching and for squats. It is a 3-week program. I typically don't do programs. I just kind of lift based off of feel, but I decided to do it just this once, and it is a 4 times a week program. It's a percentage-based program, and I was working off of like a 375 max at the time for bench. And so you do a 6x6, 7x5, 8x4, and a 10x3. And then you do that the first week, the second week, and the third week, and you go up 10 pounds or 20 pounds each time if it feels good. So I started off with a percentage of a 6x6. It was telling me to do like a 260 or so for a 6x6, which, I mean, I didn't feel like it was enough. I felt like, you know, I could sleepwalk through that, and I didn't really see the point of doing that. I'm not a big sub-maximal person. It probably would help me if I was, but I don't like doing it. I don't like feeling like I'm not being challenged during the workout. So I decided to bump that up quite a bit, and I ended up working up to a top set of 315 for 6 on that day, when I was supposed to be at 260 for every set. And I did that for every workout. So the 7x5 was supposed to be like 275 for a 7x5, and I ended up working up to 325 for a top set of 5 on the day, and so on and so forth. And I did the same thing through my 8x4 and my 10x3, just way overshooting and doing these nasty amounts of volume at RPE 10 or 9 or 10 each set, which was probably the biggest thing that led to the tear. Again, I've done workouts like that in the past. I mean, I've been doing workouts like that for a very, very long time. But I felt like I was bulletproof, and I guess this is just the time that it bit me in the butt. So coming into the following Monday after the first week, I was doing the 6x6 again. I went up 5 pounds, and so I did a top set on that day of 320 for 6. Felt great. Did 2 more sets of 295 after that, and on the second set of 295, I was going to go for an AMRAP, and, you know, probably somewhere around 8 or 9. And on the third rep of the set of 295, I felt a very sharp twinge in my pec area, and this is probably the biggest aspect of what I could have done better. It was a critical mistake. I felt things like that before and been fine, so I figured, you know, it would be okay. I wouldn't need to stop what I was doing. And so I pushed through it. I did rep 4, and then on rep 5 is when it started going. And I could just feel it, you know, I could feel a pop, 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 pop. And every time it popped, I could feel it shift a little bit more. It's a pretty terrifying feeling, to tell you the truth. If you've been working out for a while, it's a very unnerving feeling. So Had a buddy pull the bar off of me. I've done that so many times, guys, without a spotter and been fine. Think whatever you want to think that, I had a spotter that day, because it could have ended with me, trying to roll it off me and breaking some ribs, or I could possibly not be here today. So a few things that I would say I learned from it is, number one, you can't always be all gas, no brakes. You have to give yourself some time to recoup. I'm guilty of this. You guys still see me do it sometimes, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to learn from this and not make the same mistakes over. So that's number one. Number two is you need to listen to your body. Before this, I felt like I was bulletproof. I felt like if I felt a twinge, it didn't matter. I'm still doing it with my groin, to tell you the truth. But I'm trying to listen the best I can on that one and give myself a little bit of rest. But I've pushed through many twinges like that and been fine. I thought I tore my bicep in college, gave it a couple of weeks. I was fine. I've dealt with a many injuries, like there were little twinges like that. You know what I'm talking about. And made it to the other side fine. And it was just this time it didn't turn out fine. So if your body's trying to tell you something, if something's overly tight before a workout, if something just doesn't feel quite right, I would at the very least warm it up more than usual. I wouldn't try to push through it, because every single story that I've heard of torn pecs kind of were similar to mine, where they kind of felt a tightness, they felt an unnerving feeling, and then it just kind of went. So listen to your body. If your body's trying to tell you something, don't shove it, out of the way. Please listen to it for your own good. And number three, and this is the biggest one, guys, if you're lifting alone, use safeties. Use some kind of safety precaution. I was guilty of this many, many times, lifting without a safety net, a contingency, in case something failed. And I'm not talking about if your body just can't push the weight up, if you're not strong enough, guys. On this instance, 295, I'd done that so many times and been fine. I'd done it so many times and been just fine. It was just this time, for whatever reason, whatever combination of things, it just bit me in the butt. So always plan for worst case scenarios like that. Always have a safety measure, safety straps, flip down safeties, jerk blocks. I don't care what you use. Please take safety precautions so that if, hopefully it doesn't, but if something happens, you're going to be okay and you're going to be able to at least survive through it. So those are my main things. Just kind of wanted to fill you guys in and give you guys a little bit better idea of what actually happened. So if you have any more questions or are curious about anything else, just drop it down in the comment section below. But I appreciate you guys watching this. Thank you guys for following with me and rocking with me on this journey. It's meant a lot, and I really appreciate you guys. So I'll catch you guys later.